Damn, it's been a while since I made a video, huh? It's been a hot minute, huh? What's up, Fin fans? Obviously, it's not been a while since I made a video. I made one this morning talking about some of the news and notes that came out of the combine so far with the Miami Dolphins, with Xavier Howard, with Juwan James, Brian Flores. If you want, take a minute, you can pause this, go check it out, and come back, finish watching this. It's up to you. But this video, if you can't tell from the title, it's day one of the combine, right? So with this combine, a lot of times you can see, especially today was specialists like kickers, punters, special teamers, running backs, and offensive linemen. Now with the running backs, you could see their speed. I'm going to talk about their 40s, and offensive linemen, you can see about their 40s. But like it all depends on reps, and it's all different things. So like, for me, when it comes to offensive linemen and running backs, when it comes to the combine, it's more about measurements. Like their drills, you can get a good feel for them, but there's only so much you can take off of an offensive lineman until he has his pads on and he has to block a dude in front of him versus the shadow drills and all that stuff. Same thing with the running back. Until he gets his pads on and he hits the right holes and all that stuff, you don't really know what you got until you look at film, which I'm still doing for you guys. A lot, but I'm going to talk about some of their stats, their 40s, bench presses, all that stuff. We'll break down that, and then I got a name of a few people. But let's get into the first thing, and this was some big news today out of the combine. That's Kyler Murray. Now, a bunch of the quarterbacks met with the media today. Drew Lock, Haskins, all these guys met with the media. And obviously, some of them said they haven't met with the Dolphins yet. Like Drew Lock, he was like, I haven't met with anyone from the Dolphins. And a lot of people are saying, asking questions, who do you compare yourself to? One guy said he compares himself to Aaron Rodgers because he can throw off balance and make these wild throws and stuff, which I don't know if you want to be saying that. But Kyler Murray was the big one. Kyler Murray had his room packed with people, and they wanted to hear from him. Now, Kyler Murray was in no mood today. I think somebody said within 6 minutes of him answering questions, he was done. He was just like, you're asking, you could see that he was pissed. So his height and weight, everyone wants to know about his height and weight. K-Flexen made a video about this, go check that out. Well, this happened 2 days ago? Yeah, I think it was about 2 days ago. He got measured. Kyler Murray's measurements, he's 5'10" and 1/8. I have to get so particular about the exact measurements. He's 275 pounds, and his hand is 9.5 inches. So it's from, essentially, if you want to measure it, you go from your thumb to your pinky, and you measure the width of your hand. I don't know what mine is. I have a huge hand, if you can't tell. Put it up to my head. I have a big hand. I'll talk about my height and everything. Then, if you want to compare him, because a lot of people are like, he's short, he can't play, he's not going to be good, da-da-da. There's some people out there that don't like his height, some people out there that don't like the stuff. I'm not one of them. I never really was one of them. The thing that deterred me from him was his non-commitment to football, even though that has changed. But that's the only thing that I was like, Russell Wilson is 5'10", 5/8. So he's got like 4/8, a half on him. 204 pounds, he's lighter than Kyler Murray, and his hand is 10 1/4. Got a bigger hand, but there's the same player. I would say that Kyler Murray is faster and has more agility and elusiveness than Russell Wilson. Throwing, I don't know. I have to wait for his pro day. If you want my measurements, I'm 6'5", 225, and I don't know what my hand measurement is, but I'm 6'5". I'm a big dude. I did play football. If you want to know more about me and football, I have my intro video that talks about how I became a Dolphin fan, and also ask me below. Maybe I'll make a video talking about my football life, but that's not about this. So you want to know how his 40 is. You want to know how he's throwing, this and that. Well, Kyler Murray said, I'm here. He's here. He's talking to agents. He's talking to GMs, teams. He's talking to the media. But they asked him, what are you doing? And he says, I'm doing nothing. He's not doing anything at the combine. He is there. He is there. He's answering questions. He's not running a long jump. He's not doing a vert jump. He's not doing any passing. He's not doing anything. He said he will do it all at his pro day. He's not doing a goddamn thing for us. I don't care. He's walking in there, swinging his balls around, saying, I'm the best quarterback in this draft. I should be the #1 overall pick. This isn't what he's saying, though. It's just the demeanor. I'm not doing anything. I don't need to do anything. You can come to my pro day where I'm comfortable with my guys, and you can see what I could do. The guy has the right to do it. Now, I don't think that's going to hurt his draft stock. I don't think people are like, we don't like his attitude, we don't want him. I don't think any of that stuff's going to happen. I still think he's going #1 to the Arizona Cardinals. I'm saying it now, #1 Arizona Cardinals, and I think they're going to keep both him and Josh Rosen unless they'll trade Josh Rosen for like a 4th. That's what they're going to get for Josh Rosen. Not that much. But so that's one thing. And then he said that he did meet with a bunch of the Miami Dolphins coaches. But again, guys, I tell you this, and I don't know why I tell you this. Don't want to get your guys' hopes up, but he's not making it to 13. He's not making it to 13. There is no way on God's green earth Kyler Murray is falling to 13 unless he comes out with a video or a picture where he has a bong gas mask on. Is he falling to 13? He met with the Cardinals. He's meeting with the Cardinals coaches, and I honestly think he'll go 1. If he doesn't go 1, he's not making it past Oakland. He's not making it past Cincinnati. He's not making it past Jacksonville. I can name all these teams. He's not making it past the Broncos. I don't care. I don't care if you have traded for or signed a vet quarterback. You are going to draft a quarterback if you need one, aka Broncos. So he's not falling. So that's the Kyler Murray news. Now let's get into some player news, some 40s, you know, all that shiznit. Let's start with the linemen. Let's go linemen first. Save the running backs second because linemen are more sexy. Running backs are more sexy than the linemen. Now the recent fastest 40 was Armstead in 2013. He ran a 4.71 for offensive lineman. That's the fastest to date. But Eric McCoy from Texas A&M ran a 4.89. For offensive linemen, that's pretty quick. I'll give you the top 4. And then you got Chris Lindstrom, from Boston College. He ran a 4.9. You got Garrett Bradbury. Look out for that name. I'm hearing really good things about him. Again, I have to do my prospects. He ran a 4.92, and then you have Andre Dillard. He ran a 4.96, another name you should watch out for. So those 3 and 4 with the 40, watch out for those. So when it comes to 40s, those are the top 4. Again, normally with the 40s, you see offensive linemen run about 5 in a 40. You know, a 4.5 is really quick for an offensive lineman. Being the fastest was a 4.7. So these guys aren't slow. And you want these, especially guards and sometimes tackles, you want them to be quick because you're going to have plays where you're pulling them. So if your right tackle and your left tackle, you might have even center, you might have them pull. So you want them to be quick to go out. You want them to be quick enough to take the blocks on so that the running back doesn't have to literally stop and wait for the block. He can keep running behind them and then find the seam. So you want quick offensive linemen, and these are fairly quick ones, the top 4s. And then if you look at bench pressing, best to date is 45 reps, and that was from I can't pronounce. I'm probably not gonna be able to pronounce half these guys' names. He did 45 reps. This year, Opeta from Weber State did 39. Again, Bradbury, which I told you guys to look out for, he did 34. Haynes, 33, you know, and so on and so forth. So, and then when you looked at the offensive linemen, they do the shadow drill and they do their cone drills and all that stuff. And like I said, the 2 that popped out at me that I liked was Bradbury and Dillard. You know, they did really well in the mirror drills, which essentially, you know, and they had nice feet and they were quick. Now again, you're going to get more in-depth stuff from me when it comes to prospects, especially when pro days come around and stuff, and when I do more film study, because with offensive linemen, and especially when it comes to combine, you want to see them play other people. You want to see them go against defensive tackles, go against defensive ends, make the blocks, have their pads on, do their things so you can see what they can do. This is all numbers and stats. But like bench pressing is good to see. You see their strengths, and then their 40 is good to see because you can see how fast they are, see if they can pull, see how, you know, all that stuff. So let's move on to the running backs. One of the fastest running backs to ever run a 40 was Chris Johnson at a 4.24. Now, he's not the fastest guy at the combine. We all know who that is. John Ross. He ran a 4.22. Ridiculously fast. Justice Hill ran a 4.40. That's really quick. That's still really good and really quick. Then you have Armstead ran a 4.45, Scarlett ran a 4.47, Weber 4.47, and then Homer a 4.48. The running backs, I bring up their 40 because it's nice to see their 40, but with the running backs, again, I'm going to say this again, I have to do more study on them. I have to do more research and prospects on them. Because again, here, there was no repeats when it came to drills. Essentially, no one had to be told to do it again. No one had to be told you're doing it wrong. So that shows that they got good head on their shoulders, even with the offensive line. It was really quick, which means that these guys are paying attention and listening. But again, you got to see each other play with pads on. And especially with this running back class, there's no sexy picks. Now, what I mean by that, and there's no like top stars and stuff, a lot of you guys who are fans of some of these running backs of teams in this draft are probably like, you know, you talk about so-and-so is really good. I'm not telling you they're not good. I'm telling you there's no definite first rounders. There's no Todd Gurley's. There's no Saquon Barkley. There's no Ezekiel Elliott in this draft where you're like top 5 running back. You better take him or you're going to miss out in this draft. These are all solid, good running backs. So again, I have to do more research. Those are the 40s. And those are some of the breakdowns of offensive linemen and running backs. I don't think you guys really care about punters and kickers and long snappers and stuff like that. Let me know, comment below. Let me know what you think of the Kyler Murray news that came out, that he's not doing a goddamn thing at the combine, that he met with Dolphin players. But again, don't get your hopes up. I tell you, but don't get your hopes up. He's not going. I think he's going 1. But let me know what you think of that. Let me know what you think of these 40s. Let me know what you think of the 2 offensive linemen that I like so far. Let me know what you think of Kyler Murray's measurements and all that stuff, comparing him to Russell Wilson. Also, let me know for day 2, which is tomorrow, which means you're getting a video tomorrow. Let me know what if you would like more out of me when it comes to these combine videos. Like, I gave you guys the news that are coming out of it. Like, one of the things is that Jason Witten came out of retirement. I'm not a Dolphins fan. Also, I think that this is just like, but Jason Witten came out of retirement. He's not doing Monday Night Football anymore, thank God, because he was horrible with it. He's coming out of retirement to go back to the Cowboys, I think, for $3.5 million. But let me know below if you want more out of these types of videos, out of me breaking down what happened in the combine on the day. Like, I think tomorrow is quarterbacks, wide receivers. So comment below, let me know, hey, do more in-depth on this or that. Let us know more about this and that. I just, with the offensive linemen and the running backs, it was kind of like, there's not much to talk about, especially with offensive linemen. You're just shuffling. So I gave you the 2 I liked. But comment below, let me know, and I'm gonna get to your guys' comment of the day. And this one comes from Brandon, and he says to me, if we pick up a DN through free agency, I'd rather go after Frank Clark than Trey Flowers. I agree with you. If you watched my free agency video, part 1, which I'm going to do a second one probably next week, because then the week after that is free agency. I got so much planned for you guys. I talked about that the 2 free agent defensive ends that I would go for is Frank Clark and Trey Flowers. Now, like I told you guys in today's video, again, go back and watch the video I put out earlier today. Trey Flowers is supposedly favored to go to the Dolphins because of all that jazz. Frank Clark too, but don't be surprised if either one of them might get franchise tag, but I don't think Trey Flowers get franchise tag, because 1, it would have happened already, and 2, that's not what jokes this guy. Apparently he's associated with jokes, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the first video. He's associated with joking with his players. He doesn't really franchise a lot. So thank you for the question. I hope I answered it. I like them both. I really do like them both. Hopefully we get both of them or one of them. But thank you for the question. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. As soon as the Kyler Murray stuff happened, as soon as the press conference happened, I was retweeting things. I was tweeting out things. So be sure to go follow me on Twitter. Like I said in the beginning video, check out the Bit Boys. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't, that's cool. But if you know someone who likes video games, your son, if he's likes video games, make sure he's like 14 or older, because it's not kiddie games that we play. Tell him to check it out. And give this video a thumbs up. This off season's moving very quickly. Like I said, the 13th is free agency, and then April is the draft. You know, I'm live streaming the draft. I might even live stream free agency because things might happen crazy town. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, like I said, comment below. Let me know if you want me to do things differently with Combine Day 2. If not, I'm going to do the same thing, but with quarterbacks, I can kind of break down their throwing motions and stuff and maybe show you some video on it. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow with Day 2 of the Combine. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, give you another 40. Maybe someone will break John Ross's 4.22. But other than that, stay classy and fins up.